Okay, so speaking about One Piece, let's talk about
Alright, so we just hit level 15. You got a creature with a little candy cane.
Why does it look like this? This is boring. It's about FanFest coming to Orlando.
I wonder if someone's ever stood here and watched the entire Men in Black film.
Okay guys, it's been a couple weeks, it's been a hot minute. If you didn't know, my buddy Adam passed away, so that's why I've been kind of MIA recently. I have a video upcoming, which I'll talk about. I'm just not ready to talk about it right now. The video that you guys are about to watch, I shot a week and a half ago. So enjoy that Universal update. I'm filming an HHN update now. I'm doing better. Thank you guys for all the, you know, the messages. It's just gonna take time. We're back making content. Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It's time for another Universal update. We're gonna go over some more Easter eggs, try some more holiday food. It is a chilly day out. It's like 65. This is a true winter day here in Florida. But on that note, it's time to talk about the Universal Studios shirt of the day, right? So this was from the summer tribute store from a couple years ago. This is the annual pass holder Jurassic Park shirt. So let's roll a classic Universal River Adventure clip.
Excuse me, I lost this animal I was delivering.
What's she look like?
She's 24 feet long, she's got big horns, she weighs about 3 tons.
Yeah, sure, mister. If I see a dinosaur, I'll let you know, all right?
Thanks. Sarah? Look at
A new universe of theme parks, resorts, and nightlife. Universal Studios Escape. Are you ready?
Okay, welcome back. Let's head in. There's a little bit of a breeze happening. If you ever wondered how many people it took to film a little commercial clip, all that, I'm guessing just to get a clip in front of the globe for an upcoming commercial or something, because that's just like a family right there. It's just like an actor family. So all this just for one little advertising piece. All the actors are holding Coke. I'm surprised Coca-Cola's not using AI actors for this commercial.
All the holiday festivities end on January 4th.
So we gotta see how the Backlot Club is doing. I have not been here in a week. Let's see if the cards have restocked. Let's see if the tower pass codes are actually working, because we're getting down to crunch time to collect all the cards now.
We're over at the Wicked Tribute Store. Now the Wicked meet and greet is not happening anymore. I believe it's over. Let's just pop into the Tribute Store and see if there's any of the cards. So I talked to the team members. They let me pick up my missing pack. So let's open these. Okay, Gurg I have. Ornament I have. Akron I don't have. I don't have Akron. Now we just need the chasers. There's apparently 2 more chasers. All right, $19. We have new Earl the Squirrel ornaments. We have a new version of Earl, and it says Universal Studios 2025. So we got the new Spirit jersey. So the one that they originally had was this one. This one pretty much like sold out everywhere in Hollywood and here. So this is the new version. So on the back it'll say Silent Fright. Kind of has some of the similar vibes of the other one. And you'll have all the different Universal monsters down here. You got an Invisible Man hanging up lights. And you got a creature with a little candy cane. Bride's got a package. Frankie is Santa. The Mummy looks like a little snowman. I like that. And then Dracula is ice skating. And then the Wolfman is a little reindeer. Then on the front, it'll have that same design that's on the front. So old one, new one. So you're looking at $85 for the new one. Okay, so now we're gonna go over here to where the Backlot Club is. Hopefully the towers are working and we can start the journey for today's scavenger hunt. Okay, the tower's on. That's a good sign. Now they do rotate the numbers, so you just can't like punch these in every single day. They rotate the numbers. So let's see how this is. All right, so we're gonna start the quest. Scan tower. We're gonna type in the pin. It worked. It works. We got a code that works, people. 2 more to go.
So when it comes to the Backlot Club, they're still like in their beta phase, so they're just gonna keep expanding this project into other things. So if you go on the Universal app, so it says Interactive Backlot Club Tower number 1. What's merry and bright and lights up day or night? Find out as you collect digital medallions from the themed towers of Earl the Squirrel Let It Glow holiday quests located throughout the park. Unlock the ultimate holiday medallion to unwrap exclusive eats, offers, and merchandise. Don't let the fun pass you by. So it's advertising that there's different food unlocks and stuff like that. None of that is actually happening in the park right now. I think it's gonna have to deal with the different levels that you have, because like the more XP that you earn, the higher the level you get inside the Backlot Club. So I'm gonna guess you're gonna hit a certain tier, then you can purchase, you know, different merchandise, different experiences. So Universal wants you coming back, getting that XP, getting the higher levels to unlock the different things. And now there's gonna be exclusive experiences and food options coming soon.
This is different. Last time we were over here, they had the Ghostbusters wreath. Now it's kind of like billiard balls or like pool balls in front of the O'Rourke's Bar and Grill. But yeah, they had a Ghostbusters wreath, and they also added the pool balls to the garland here. So this just got added. All right, the next Backlot Club tower is gonna be over here. So let's type it in, see what we got. All right, we got it. 2 out of 3 are done now. We got our little medallion. So we got one more to do. All right, so we just hit level 15. So you can like change your little icon. So I have Captain Cacao right now. All right, we've made it back to the AI Santa food booth. So we're gonna try some different options we didn't have last time.
Okay, this chocolate chip cookie looks a lot better than I thought it was gonna look. Now, normally theme park chocolate chip cookies almost look like crappy store-bought ones. This one actually looks like a homemade cookie. They have a snickerdoodle one, or they have the chocolate chip. So let's see how the chocolate chip is. Gooey chocolate chips in there. It almost has that hint of the Hollywood Studios chocolate chip cookie. Imagine you're hanging out at your friend's house, right? Their parents are making chocolate chip cookies, but not as like high quality chocolate chip cookies for like Christmas, but like ones just for you to eat. I'm gonna do like a 7 out of 10. These are actually like passable cookies, surprisingly. They're soft on the inside. All right, so now we got the pretzel sticks. It's gonna come with a cheese fondue. So you get 3 kind of pretzel sticks. The cheese with the pretzels, really good. It's almost like a very sour, tart beer cheese. Has a nice bit of kick to it. And then the pretzels, nice and salted, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. I'm gonna do 8.5.
All right, we're by the mummy. Let's go to the last tower. Let's hope that the code is working. The tower's on, so we're getting there. All right, here we go. We got it. All right, we've checked in. So now we can go back to the tribute store and get a card. It still doesn't tell people to go to the tribute store to pick up the reward. So you pretty much only know through content creators' posts of where the card pickup is. Over by the Jimmy Fallon attraction, we're gonna go over this wonderful little Easter egg. They always do this every year. So in this garland, they got little Santa cows. As you remember in the old Twister attraction that used to be right here, there was the flying cow. So they add a little nod to Twister in the garland. They added some blue lights on the stage for where the Blues Brothers perform. So over here is Haagen-Dazs. So in the garland they add all different ice cream cones and sprinkles. They did it. It's a Christmas frickin' miracle. It is no longer refresh your holiday spirit. There has been a Y that has appeared right there. Refresh your holiday spirit. All right, let's pop in to the Men in Black gift shop. So the aliens that used to be over there are now over here. So you do have a bunch of Easter eggs. Let's start with this one first.
Okay, there's a lot of info to go over on these new little signs. So first, let's go over this over here. Go by all means to the Galactic Expo. Then we have a bunch of alien writing. So when you translate the alien writing, it says now open and then alien welcome. Then if you look over here, this is gonna be the outside of the Men in Black attraction. And then it's also the observation towers that were at the 1964 World's Fair. And if you've seen the Men in Black film, there's secretly a hidden UFO inside one of the observation towers. So here is a representation of the World's Fair globe. And when you translate it, it says galactic sphere. Then when we come over here, we're gonna see the image of the little boy with binoculars inside of what looks to be a spaceship. Now this was actually on old advertisements for one of the attractions. And when you translate it, it says future technology. Over here, we're gonna see one of the Universal monsters, the Metaluna mutant from the film This Island Earth. And when you translate the alien language, it says befriend aliens. And then down here it says the Galactic Expo, a little nod to the actual World Expo, which started in 1964.
Okay, now that we've gone over those Easter eggs, and we'll get this shot for Kitra. I know she really wants to see that image right there. But let's go over the next round of Easter eggs.
And then we're gonna see all these different alien ships. So it says, see our newest exhibit. And when you translate it, it's the Universe NU, which is a little nod to the Men in Black attraction. So let's start going over the ships. First off, deep cut alien spaceship. If you've ever seen the movie Cowboys and Aliens with Harrison Ford, this is one of the ships from that film. Then if we come over here, we have the classic War of the Worlds film, not the one that Steven Spielberg directed. And then this ship, again, is kind of a nod to the film This Island Earth, which features the Universal monster, the Metaluna mutant. And you come over here, this is that same little helicopter spaceship that we saw the boy in that image that was actually at the World's Fair. This is a real attraction. It was the J-copter. Then if we come over here, this is going to be representing the DeLorean. You can see the wing doors. Then we have the classic ET spaceship. And then the next one is going to be from The Last Starfighter. The next one is to be from the film Batteries Not Included. I think the next one is just the classic UFO. Kind of connects with the X-Files and the I Want to Believe poster. And then this doesn't look exactly like the spaceship. It looks pretty similar to the one that's in Disneyland, the Moonliner. But that is going to be a rundown of all the different fun little Easter eggs and ships inside the Men in Black gift shop.
I wonder if someone's ever stood here and watched the entire Men in Black film. The Gift of Style. They do have some, they have a new Demon Slayer Loungefly it looks like. So you're looking at $90 for the new bag. And then you got the character on the back. And then they have a one-piece lounge fly for $90, and then $35 for the bucket hat.
Okay, so speaking about One Piece, let's talk about FanFest. So there was a Reddit post. This is a lot of the same stuff that I was hearing that was gonna be coming to FanFest nights in Universal Studios Hollywood next year. So in the Reddit post, it says One Piece is definitely coming back this year. Sounds like Universal was definitely shocked and taken back by how successful the fan response to One Piece was at FanFest last year. Sounds like the merchandise was flying off the shelf. And then also on the Reddit piece, they say this as a rumor, which I was kind of also hearing, that One Piece is probably going to be taking over Waterworld. It's a no-brainer if you've seen how they've used One Piece over in Universal Studios Japan in the past. There are plans to basically do the same show here in Hollywood, which will be simple enough since it's far less elaborate show than Waterworld or its Urge overlay. Also sounds like they'll set up some meet and greet / photo op spaces nearby the areas as well. It also sounds like One Piece will be taking over Hollywood and Dine. They'll have different food offerings, different drink offerings. Then also sounds like another Universal Studios Japan film will be coming to the DreamWorks Theater. Based on what we've been hearing, this will probably be a much more regular occurrence going forward for events here in Hollywood. Other than paying the licensing fees to the property holders, these are dirt cheap to do, especially since they aren't planning on dubbing any of these, because they know anime fans generally prefer subs over dubs. From what people have told me, it seems like a toss-up between Sailor Moon and My Hero Academia this year, with corresponding meet and greets outside the theater, just like they did with One Piece. Then they also talk about more details about the Scooby-Doo experience coming. They say it's rumored to be a guided tour where everyone can stop and take pictures while the story is playing out. Throughout the experience, you'll have individual scenes and each member of the Scooby-Doo gang with a Scooby-Doo puppet appear in each of the rooms as well, as opposed to someone wearing one of those Scooby-Doo mascot costumes. The walkthrough will have some automated effects and jump scares, but it won't be very scary at all. There's also plenty of opportunities for photo ops with each of the characters, including some monsters outside the attraction with the Mystery Machine. It also sounds like the Yoshi Egg Hunt will return. Now apparently it sounds like Universal Creative is currently pushing to do a little bit more this year with Nintendo, but Nintendo is being a little illustrious about how their properties are used, so things might not be going anywhere. But the Egg Hunt is currently planned to return for this year's, basically unchanged. Only difference will be as there will be some additional Yoshi meet and greets. The last bit of details they talk about is about FanFest coming to Orlando. This is something that I actually heard about last year. It has always been in the cards. Universal Hollywood's is meant to be a testing ground for the event, and they planned on having it remain Hollywood exclusive for 2 to 3 years to figure out the kinks. After that, Orlando would also start doing the event as well, while also featuring some extra experiences using Universal owned properties in order to pad out the event. Sounds like FanFest will be coming only to Hollywood this year, but expect that to change in the future. So again, these are all rumors and speculation. They still have a lot of more stuff to announce. The event starts in April, so probably in January we're going to get more announcements, but this is just some of the rumors and speculations about what could be coming.
Let's pop into the Quickie Mart and see if there's any new holiday merch. We do have a new shirt, $52, long sleeve shirt. Oh, what fun it is. You have the whole Simpsons family right there. Like they have some Christmas episodes playing on the screen right there. And then $32 is a little kid shirt, Deck the Halls.
Here by the train, they've been working on the new food cart. You can get a better look of how it looks. So it'll probably have fans in there. It'll be all nice and covered for when the team members are working there during the summertime. But it looks like we'll be having a new food cart popping up.
It's just walled off until the face painting area. So the little food stand will be right there. See if they've made any movement on the splash pad. See what's going on. And I don't think anything has been done since the last time we were here. Like there's still just all the trash in there. There's still water just chilling there. Any guest just gets a view of that. Okay, so now let's go back into the tribute store and pick up our set of cards that we earned today from the Backlot Club scavenger hunt. So the redemption area is going to be in here where the fountain is. You're gonna look for a team member right over here.
Okay, so we just need the chaser now. All right, we got Gerd, we got the acorn, we got Snowflake. Okay, so still no chaser. That's how they get you though. They want you to keep coming back. Get you addicted. Want you to get that chaser, get that Charizard. Now, as you know, the Backlot Club is also at Universal Studios Hollywood. One of my buddies did go document where they were.
So I'm out here in Universal Hollywood. doing the Backlot Club experience. And so the first one you'd go to is over here at Waterworld. So first one right here, Tower 2. So next location is on French Street and right across from Super Silly Funland. And here's the tower right here. Tower 6, which I guess, you know, go from 2 to 6. Makes sense with numbers. Alright, so the last backlot spot is right in front of Transformers The Ride. Go to the right of the entrance and towards the exit. And there's the last Backlot Club box that you will find here at Universal Hollywood. Right here for Tower 4.
And then there's no physical reward, but there is a little medallion that you earn inside the Backlot Club. And this is heavily rumored to be returning for FanFest. So maybe there might be a physical prize after you finish that little scavenger hunt.
Now when it comes to the podcast,
There's been nothing. They haven't released anything. Then the Fanny Pack Club, they released one video 3 months ago. So Universal content is, I don't know what's going on. So maybe next year we might get some stuff, but I've heard nothing in the pipeline of like content coming out. No, they took away theming. I hate when Universal does this. So, in the main shop.
this is like the Potter section, but they've just made it kind of bright and flavorless, if that makes sense. Like they have a couple pieces of luggage right there, this artwork. But remember how it kind of felt themed as if you were like inside the Wizarding World? Now it's very bright and just kind of boring and sterile. I don't know why Universal did this.
It's like we come to theme parks for theming. We spend so much money for theming. Why does it look like this? This is boring.
They did get some new Jurassic Park plushes. They're each gonna be $40 each. There's like a little T-Rex taking a nap. Yeah, we got Blue, the little raptor, taking a nap.
Okay, let's go head over to Islands of Adventure, see if they've kind of also butchered that Wizarding World themed area inside the gift shop.
Last time we were in here, they were kind of removing the stuff off the top of the displays. So let's see if it's still the same color palette though. Still themed. So that is what the new refurb looks like, right? Again, it looks like an airport gift shop. This is how the theming used to feel in that gift shop. You see how it's like themed and the color palette fits with the universe of Harry Potter, not a freaking airport. Because lighting and paint are such an important part to theming and storytelling. That's why, like in the haunted houses, some of the most important elements is the lighting. So when you make it so bright, it just feels so sterile. You're kind of missing that griminess of Hogwarts and Hogsmeade. I bet you Universal's gonna do the same thing in this gift shop. All right, we're gonna go to the Crescent Moon Bakery because they do have some holiday sweet treats we gotta try here. Now this place does close super early, 4 p.m. is when it closes. Let's see what they got. And they got sandwiches. Oh, they got those Pop-Tarts. This is the Pop-Tart that they had in Jurassic. That was awesome. Oh my gosh, they got so much stuff. The Very Chocolate Christmas Bar, a sugar and spice cake, a Santa Christmas cream puff, a holiday concha, a chocolate Yule log, concha crunch, and then we have some sugar cookies right over there.
So it's the chocolate Yule log. They were saying it's like a chocolate orange like ganache on the inside. All right, let's get a little bite of everything. You can definitely smell the orange. Okay, that little sweet treat was delicious. So the outside tree bark, right, is kind of this like soft chocolate shell. It's got a little bit of a crunch to it. Then once you get inside of that, then you got that rich, decadent, like dark chocolate mousse. Then there's the orange creamy mousse on like the inside. Then there's a little bit of like a chocolate cake on the bottom. If you're a fan of like chocolate oranges for the holiday time, you're gonna love that. Subtle hints of orange in there. That is a 10 out of 10.
It's a must.
Let's go into CityWalk now and see what's going on inside there.
Over here at the airbrush hat and shirt shop, they got little airbrushed ornaments and airbrushed little hats. Over here at the mobile order Voodoo Donut stand. Inside the garland here, they're gonna have some little donuts and then their little icon donut right there where he's being stabbed with the pretzel rod. And then for Auntie Anne's, they have some different style pretzels. You're gonna have a salted one, and then that looks like a little cinnamon one right there. Let's pop into the Starbucks at CityWalk, see where the little elf on the shelf is hiding today. So right here where you pick up your order, they have the little elf on the shelf hanging from a little candy cane right there.
Okay guys, you're back in the office. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff happening next year for Universal Studios. In our next Universal update, we're gonna do kind of a deep dive into all the stuff that's gonna be happening within the United States, internationally now with the UK. There's a lot to cover. 2026 is gonna be a big kind of expansion movement year for Universal Studios. I did stop by the P.O. box. This is from Jessica. Got a little gator right there. It says Swamp of the Undead. This one says Horror Nights. Our Gordon Savior. I love that one. Sinister and Surreal. And then Major Sweets. Jessica, thank you so much for the little bracelets. So guys, on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
We love the family.
Because I'm going to keep you up to date on all things theme parks and Universal Studios around the country. I love you all. I'll see y'all very soon. Why does it look like this? Alright, we got Gerg, we got Pooterate, we got Snowflake.